V100.7, Reggie Smooth as Butta Brown. You know, I hate stopping the music, but I got to right now. I feel it's time to speak up on our community activities right now. And with me on the phone, I have my man Nick, Director of Operations at the Ladybug Club /618 Live on Water. What up, Nick?
Hey, Reg, how you doing?
I'm good. Also on the phone with us, Tory Lowe. He's a community activist. He's the voice of the people. What up, Tory?
How you doing, Brother Brown?
Man, we all good this way. Both of you gentlemen all right?
Yep. We could be better over here at 618, but, we'll get into that.
Yeah, 618 is in the news as well as a lot of other clubs in the news. The city got some real ill things going on right now, Nick, and I'll let you speak on behalf. Go ahead.
Well, some of the ill things that you're referring to is racism has reared its ugly head once again in the downtown area.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like the catalyst for the racism against 618, which also seems to be the scapegoat in the downtown area nightlife situation, is the Hilton Garden Inn Suites on Broadway and Michigan, owned by the First Hospitality Group. And they have levied a revocation hearing against 618, which will go on this Friday, October 18th at 10 a.m., seeking us to be closed down in regards to the way we conduct our business here and the way we manage and that we're irresponsible managers, which, of course, the record clearly indicates that we're not. The police department is in direct support of us. It just seems that there's one common denominator as to the reason that the Hilton Garden Inn, as well as some of the other local residents, have issues with 618. No direct first-hand knowledge.
Right.
Just a simple matter of black and white. And that's what's happening.
Right.
It's anything seems that whenever something happens anywhere in the downtown area, it must be a direct or indirect result of 618 and their clientele, because their clientele, according to the owner of the First Hospitality Group, promotes and enhances a violent constituency. So I'm not sure about others, but I'm sure our customers are not violent people.
Right.
They are well-respected community people, come down to have a good time. We provide them with a safe environment. Our record clearly shows that our management skills are consistent with running a solid, clean operation.
Right.
And, and I think Tory, who doesn't always take everybody's request for his assistance, has done his due diligence and investigating to see that is 618 worthy of his time and his efforts to help us in our fight against this racist accusations from the Hilton Garden and others. And Tory can speak more on what he's noticed and what he's seen and why he's in support of us based on our record and our practices.
Right. Well, let me just say real quick. The Hilton is directly behind 618. How long has 618 been there, Nick? Ladybug Club.
We're here almost 9 years.
Okay, and the Hilton has been there how long?
9 months.
9 months, right? So
I would like to say one more thing, and what they're claiming, in addition to our local alderman claiming, is that because of the 618 constituency, or our customers, which is 99% African-American based, and we love it that way. We enhance it. That's what we built our brand upon.
Right.
This is a culture, not only here in Milwaukee, it's a hip-hop culture. You're the hip-hop station. That's why this is the best platform to get this out on.
Right.
You, Reggie Brown, have a direct knowledge of how 618 operates, and you could speak on that as well. But what they've said is that we, 618, and our customers have caused an economic dead zone in the downtown area, meaning no one wants to open businesses anywhere around us because of our customers. Well, Hilton Garden Inn just opened 9 months ago and invested $19 million. The Marriott 2 blocks away just opened on the corner of Wisconsin and Water Street. The Iron Building, where the dental practices are in, have invested millions and millions of dollars. 2 doors down from me, another urban-based business wants to open called, I believe they're going to be called, or want to be called,
The Ultra Lounge.
The Ultra Lounge, right.
Suburban Subs right next door to me is just open. Capriati's across the street. Now, I've just named 6 or 7 businesses that have opened or will be opening very, very shortly in the direct area and vicinity of 618. I don't think we're an economic dead zone.
Right.
I think this area is pretty much thriving, and I don't believe we're a detriment to the area. The Hilton Garden Inn Suites, though, I believe, prejudged us prior to even opening. Last year at our license renewal hearing, which they hadn't even opened yet, came down and preemptively testified against us, saying we know we're going to have problems with them. And you know what?
Mm-hmm.
We've tried, 20 times to sit down and talk, communicate with our neighbor to see what we can do to ease their pain or their misconception of us and our customers. And we have been rebuffed every single time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because our aldermen even told us they don't have to talk to you.
Right.
Well, most aldermen, Reggie, don't most aldermen want neighbors to communicate?
Exactly.
Don't they want them to have an open dialogue and discuss issues? Why would an alderman or anyone support separation and segregation as apart from communication and cooperation? It's ridiculous.
Right, and the alderman was talking about is Alderman Bob Bauman. He's like the lowest scum of the earth. He shouldn't even be in that job, in that position, because he's hated on a lot of clubs. He hates hip-hop music, and he doesn't want that in that area downtown, and that's how he is. He did that with the Jungle, he did shut the Jungle down, other clubs downtown as well. He even told a club that's downtown, if you get hip-hop music, if you play hip-hop music or higher V100, we're going to shut you down. And I believe he's a racist.
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't in discussing our plight with some of the local minority business owners who are not only African American but other minorities as well, it seems like it's a across-the-board minority-owned prejudice against these other people. I have people in the convenience store type businesses and gas station type businesses, Middle Eastern people, big things of that nature, Asians, and unanimously they agree with your perception of him.
Yeah,
so,
that's how he is. He's a jerk. I really dislike him as well. But Bob Bauman is his name, and he's just scum of the earth. Tory,
and by the way, let me just tell you one more thing. He is in complete and direct support of the Hilton Garden Inn and their stance against us.
Yes.
Just so you know.
Yes, he called the Klan meeting the other. Well, I'm not gonna go there, but anyway, Tory, what's your take on this, man? How you feel about this situation?
Well, like I said, it's about urban economics. Everybody knows the nightlife employs a lot of the urban communities, whether they're felons or maybe can't get a regular job. The nightlife in Milwaukee is a high employer of African Americans that wouldn't normally be able to get work in some of these other places, and it keeps them busy and it keeps their families fed.
Right.
So I think this is a more economical issue too, because if you shut down every minority-owned business, then that's also taking away food from families and also causing people who would normally be able to get jobs to become unemployed and not give them the ability to feed their families. Because 618 is also an employer of 45 African Americans.
Right, that's true. That's true. And I'm one of those African Americans.
So, like I said, if you take away the nightlife, once again, Scott Walker's not putting any jobs here for us to work, so we have to protect our economics as well. So it's very much an economic issue, and like I said, we have to stop discrimination against well-ran minority-owned business.
You know what? And to me, it's all about the hip-hop community, the hip-hop culture, and I'm not just putting Bob Bauman on blast. I put the police department, because the situation they're doing with another club, the Onyx, right now, they're going through the same situation. And the Onyx tried to be helpful with the police, and it just backfired on them. When you call, like Nick, you experience this. There's a lot of police officers on the north side of Water Street any given night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
There's horses, there's motorcycles, police cars, paddy wagons, but it seems like you get in trouble when you call to a cop to control the traffic. Is that right?
To keeping this 100 and keeping it real, we do have police activity here. Not activity, but they do assist us in a positive way sometimes at the end of the night with dispersing the crowd. And not that they're unruly. It's just that we're letting 250, 300 people out at the same time, and they'll sometimes assist us in, directing people to their cars. Not that there's any issues.
Right.
But that is from a period of 1:50 in the morning till about 2:05 in the morning. That's 15 minutes. If you go down to some other entertainment districts in the area, Water Street, Milwaukee Street, they're posted out there all night long.
All
from
night.
beginning to the end.
Yes.
And if you're talking about economic resources and police resources and whatnot, I would venture to say that our club attracts minimally compared to everyone else.
Yes.
And going back into the hip-hop culture and how there's an innate fear of black people in the downtown area. I've told you this. I don't know if I told you this, but I'm going to tell you. I've told a lot of other people. If we simply change our name to Bronco Billy's and stick a mechanical bull in the middle of our dance floor, ultimately changing our clientele, I guarantee you, will be left alone.
Yes,
operating.
that's true.
We've been here 9 years. Doing what we do, we don't change format. We haven't closed to change the name. We haven't done all these other things other people do to disguise the fact we are standing up and we're fighting because we have pride and we have principles, and we feel that our customers are in need of what we provide and deserve it. Right? Now, I'm going to tell you, there are some idiots out there that ruin it for everybody, but they ruin it for everybody everywhere too.
Right.
Listen, we're in the business of selling alcohol. Everybody takes it differently. Everybody acts differently. But as far as our mode of operation, identifying people, making sure there's no presence of underage, utilizing real alcohol. We don't mix any fake alcohol into the bottle.
Right.
Providing a safe environment with pat-downs. We've never had an incident this year inside the venue or anywhere on Water Street. Every incident that is indirectly attributed to 618 happened at least 2.5 to 3 blocks away after we had already closed.
All the time.
Every single time. And you know what? This is getting old. Because ultimately we're going to win.
Yes.
We always do.
Yes.
Well, like I said,
the proof is on our side.
Can I interject right quick?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I've been doing for the past month is I've been blending in with the crowd of 618. I had never stepped in 618 until the situation occurred of discrimination and racism. And what I did was I did a fact check. I checked the records. Once again, there have been not any incidents on the property of 618 or within their liability. And like I said, they're running an honest business over there. And like I said, I wouldn't jump out for anything, but I honestly believe that what they're trying to do with 618 is pure discrimination against minority-owned business that service the urban nightlife and the African-American community.
Right. That's Bob Bauman. Someone needs to make him retire. He needs to get out of the business because I can understand that they might be scared of the hip hop community or black people or the shows that we bring, but this is our lifestyle. We need a place to go. This is our city as well. So
you can't stop a culture
exactly
because you don't like it.
Exactly.
And if people are doing wrong, get rid of the wrongness.
Exactly.
But you can't just discriminate or just say, I don't like the way somebody dressed, the way somebody act, what music they're listening to. That is wrong, and that's the type of thing that we can't allow to happen in here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Not only the 618, but the other urban-driven nightclubs. We can't allow them to say, we don't like the way you look, dress, the music you listen to, so we're going to shut you down.
Right.
And that's got to stop. You can't change culture. You have to let a culture be whatever it is.
Yes.
If they're being honest and they're being who they are, you have no say in what they do.
Exactly.
And that's where we have to stop that at.
There's an obvious double standard when it comes to white clubs versus black clubs, and I've run both. And I can be the first-hand knowledge. When I'm involved with, let's say, electronic music, there was just as many, if not more, incidents and fights, but they're not, the focus ain't on them because it's white people. And
right.
That's straight up. And I'm a white dude saying this, you know?
Right,
so,
right.
So I'm calling it like it is.
There it is.
And if anybody who knows me, I don't pussyfoot around. I tell you where I'm coming. There's no gray area with me. It's black and white. And I'm telling you, how it is downtown as far as the black and white crowds go. I'm keeping it real. And you and Tory have first-hand direct knowledge as to how we operate and the shit we got to put up with.
That's true.
And every year, lawyers are getting rich, and, we're fighting a fight, but I believe there's some supporters of 618 putting some things together during the week, and we welcome and support any person who has been here, who has had a good time, who feels safe, wants us to remain open, to come down to room 301B, City Hall, 200 East Wells Street, downtown, room 301B, 10 o'clock on Friday, and say, listen, I am here, I like 618, I support them. And that's all that needs to be said. There is strength in numbers, people, and I know the Hilton Garden Inn are trying to put numbers together against us. So it is time for us to band together.
Yes.
You feel that way, we're the scapegoat, but also we don't mind being the catalyst to show what's right and what's wrong in hip hop nightclub community. Okay, we'll take the heat, we'll pay the lawyer bills. Hopefully, we'll set a precedent so no one else has to endure this bullshit like we do every single year.
Right. If 618 was such a bad place, Reverend Jesse Jackson would never showed up. Karan Butler and the entire L.A. Clipper team would have never showed up. I wouldn't even show up to 618. So we need to take a stand, and this Friday, 10 o'clock, we need to be downtown showing this city what we're all about.
Reggie, you going to be there personally?
I might be. I'm on a conference call, a Clear Channel conference call every Friday, but I'm going to try to make it down there. I'm going to see if I can get excused because I really need to be there.
You do. I agree.
Yeah.
This is a time for every promoter, every artist, everybody who make their living or make their substantial income or supplement income off the nightlife. They need to take a stand because once they remove the nightlife from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, it's going to be a lot of people that's going to suffer. And if this is an attack on urban culture, we all have to stand together because we have to protect our culture.
Right. If we, this is. If you've seen shows like Future, Rich Homie Quan, or anybody at 618, and you enjoy those shows, they're putting a threat on these shows right now. So we need to stand up and we need to be there.
Yeah, I want to thank you personally, Bailey Coleman, and everybody at Clear Channel, WKKV, for, taking a stance and letting us be heard because most of the times, our voice is not heard
right
the way other voices are. If I call City Hall today, they may not take my call, but I'm sure if the general manager of the Hilton Garden Inn called, they'll pick up the phone immediately.
Right away.
So I'm glad that, somebody with your stature and the company that you work with, cares enough for the urban community and the hip-hop culture that you give us a chance to at least hear us. Before somebody prejudges, please listen to and see all the facts, and you will see. And if you can't be there, let me tell you something, guys and girls, whoever's listening. If you can't be there on Friday for whatever reason, if you tune in to Channel 25, you will see firsthand the hypocrisy that we are going to call out.
Yes. All the hatred. All the racism.
You're going to see it
firsthand.
Firsthand.
Yes.
Just, but we would appreciate everybody coming down if you could. And if you can't, just give us your moral support. We would appreciate that, too.
Yeah.
And, we're doing that, like I said, I'm going to say this one more time. 618, myself, we can certainly alleviate all of our attorney's fees and all the problems by switching up and not playing urban hip-hop music. And we will be left alone to operate freely. But you know what? We built a brand, and we have principles, and we believe in what's fair.
Right.
And racism is not fair. Whether you're black, white, or purple, it doesn't matter. And that's why we're doing what we're doing at great expense to prove a point. And we're hoping that this point that we will eventually prove will sustain us.
Right. You know what? I wonder, why does 618 and all the other bars have to go before the board to get their license when most bars downtown just send something in through the mail?
Yeah.
What is that? Is that racism or what?
It is.
It's called Wisconsin is segregated. Everybody knows that the police department, the educational system, and the business community is very segregated and racist and discriminatory toward African Americans.
Right.
And this is a blatant disrespect toward the urban culture. So, like I said, I don't frequent 618. Only thing I have done was check into the facts, and now I've been a part of that community. I can clearly see from the paper trail that there are hidden agendas here.
Yes.
There's a very much hidden agenda to eliminate some of the major nightlife clubs here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yes.
So once they get rid of those clubs, they can maintain the smaller ones on the outskirts, like the ones that are out on Good Hope. But when it comes down, they about to spend $100 million on reforming downtown.
Right.
And they don't want the urban community downtown.
But they want our money. They want our money.
They want our money.
I tell you that.
There was, speaking of Bauman, your good friend Bauman, they held a town hall meeting last Monday, a week ago today, at the Marriott Hotel to talk about concerns of some businesses, including ours. We weren't even invited to it.
See?
If we didn't find out indirectly about this town hall meeting, which was obviously slanted against us, there was about 110 people in the room.
Wow.
Okay? 5, because they came with me. 5 of the people were African American.
That's crazy.
The rest were all your prototypical,
right.
The prototypical neighborhood objectors to us and some others. And we, the 5 of Tory and some others, Homer Blow and some others, were the only people that indirectly found out about this secret town hall meeting, because we certainly were not invited to it, and we should have been. We're a neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
We're also the focal point of the meeting, or one of them. Another focal point of the meeting was Milwaukee Street and all the problems they're having down in Milwaukee Street. I mean, the bulk of the people there were testifying about issues on Milwaukee Street. And it's funny that, I don't see any revocation hearings coming about the Milwaukee Street.
That's right. That's right. You know what? All of you nightclubs just get together and sue the city, sue Bauman, sue the police department, sue everybody.
I'm with that. I would lead the protest on that.
Yes.
Reg, I want to ask you a question. Bauman made a comment that in the 9 years he's been an alderman, only 2 venues have ever been brought up for revocation hearings. One was the Jungle, and the second one is us on Friday. What is the common denominator amongst the Jungle and 618?
Wow, all African Americans.
There you go.
All African Americans. Yes.
There you go. Are you telling me?
Yes.
Listeners who have an open mind on V100, you telling me that on Water Street and Milwaukee Street, when there's mounted patrol and police headquarters posted in the middle of the street, and all of these venues with Marquette students and venues getting 170 tickets in one night of underage IDs, you're telling me those people operate their place better than us?
Right.
We've never had an underage ticket. Never. Ever. We check everybody. We don't agree to let anybody in. How do you get 170 in one night? How are you running your business and then get rubber stamped with a warning letter?
Exactly.
What is that all about?
Yep.
So, if you're talking about our mode of operation and our business acumen and how we manage a facility, I believe we should be commended for being down here and subjecting ourselves to all this political abuse for 9 years and still being a popular spot. You know what? In the downtown white community, we are not respected at all because we're persecuted by prejudice.
Right.
But you know what? I believe we are highly respected in other areas of the city, especially in the urban environment. And you know what? That counts.
Yes, it does.
These cats, they want your votes, don't they?
Yeah, sure do. I should move downtown.
The African American community is the majority in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And when we say it's enough, it's enough. And all aldermen, all council who are trying to shut down the African American culture, when elections come up, you will not be in your seat because we're waking up. And once we get to the point where the African American community know that they are the majority, it's going to be some problems downtown at City Hall.
Yes, it is. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Nick, Murado, Director of Operations, 618/The Ladybug Club, and Tory Lowe, Community Activist, Voice of the People. Appreciate you both. Friday morning, I'm going to try to make it. I need to be there. I'm going to try to make it, but good luck. Nick, what's the time again and everything?
Friday, October 18th, sorry. City Hall, room 301B, the Utility and License Committee chamber, and it's at 10 a.m. And what's different about this, than other hearings that people may know about the Utility and License Committee is that if you're scheduled at a certain time, you may not be seen or heard at that time based on them having 30 or 35 items on their agenda, and if one runs late, it's a trickle-down effect. It's a special hearing, unfortunately. It's a special hearing just for us, so at 10 o'clock, more than likely, it's going to run on schedule, on time, and let me tell you, it's going to be interesting.
Yes, it is.
Because we are not sitting on our hands anymore. We're calling everyone out, and we have great attorneys who care.
Yes.
And we have. I just want people with an open mind, whether you're white, black, whatever, just to listen and hear that all of the rhetoric against us is never, ever from direct, first-hand eyewitness accounts. When someone says, I witnessed public urination, I witnessed this, well, from who? Did they walk out of 618? I know it's not happening in front of my building.
That's right.
It's nowhere on Water Street. And let me tell you, we're not the only venue in the downtown area that utilizes public parking lots either.
That's
but
right.
Most of the issues that happen at the end of the night happen in parking lots, on the streets.
So
and
true.
by the way, these parking lots, I believe, charge a fee. So therefore, my customers, if it's them that go to their parking lot at the end of the night, are now the parking lot customers. And if they're acting out in the parking lots and they're accepting their money, they should also provide some type of security.
That's right.
So I think the focus should now be on where are the incidents happening, and then who's responsible. You know what? There's a thing called personal responsibility.
Right.
Anybody that comes in this venue is 21 and older. You can go in the Army at 18 years old. You can give your life up in Afghanistan and everywhere else when you're 18, 19 years old. When you're here, you're 21 years old, we treat you like an adult, okay? Now, how you act out is on you. Mm-hmm. But when you come in here, you're going to act right, and you're going to be well-mannered. What happens at the end of the night, who the hell knows? But you know what? It's not always a direct result of 618.
That's true. That is true. Thank you, gentlemen, very much. Nick, good luck with everything. And we need the hip-hop community, the hip-hop culture to stand up and take a stand this Friday morning, 10 a.m. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
God bless you, Brother Brown.
You too.